And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So, however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today is a big old Tuesday. Just one more day, folks. One more day before the finals resume. So, let's all just take a breath, calm down, and let's get these next 24 hours over with. Jeez, we got to see Game 4. I mean, Bucks making it a series now. I mean, we're more excited. I mean, Suns going up 2-0. It's great for the Suns, and it's good, but we want a competitive series. No, this is the last basketball we're going to get for, a couple of months, so might as well make it a 7-game series. No, and the Bucks are going to be trying to do that. Went down 2-1, won the Game 3, so looking to tie it up at 2-2. So just one more day. Tomorrow on the show, we'll break it down. See, do we still buy the Bucks? I mean, we're 0 for 3, folks, on the finals betting. We apologize on that, but we're looking to get back on track. So we'll see what the line is, see what we can do on that, and just another day of just taking it all in and seeing how we feel come tomorrow. But today on the show, we got, there was more packs dropped, folks. NFT, Panini cards, this time high voltage packs dropped today. And we were able to cop 10 of those packs, sold out in 5 minutes, and we were able to gobble up 10. So we'll be opening those packs live on the show, seeing what we get on those and looking for something good. And then if we have time on the show, we will be following the Packers-Cowboys divisional round 2016 game. So we just watched the 2016 wild card of the Packers, gave Aaron Rodgers a 75 out of 100 score, but now he goes back to the Cowboys, and they get the win. So we'll see how many credit points he deserves for that. So we'll see if we have time for that in the show. So let's just jump right into it with the stories of the day. And the first one, still kind of talking about Aaron Rodgers here, but this time we're hearing from Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's sounding off on this whole Aaron Rodgers situation. And, he holds a lot of weight. I mean, you could maybe put him in the greatest of all time category. I would not. I don't think I would have this man top 3. Top 5, maybe if you want to go there, maybe. But I don't think top 3. But, still one of the biggest in the game, one of the best in the game. So let's see what he's saying. Peyton Manning says he can't fathom Aaron Rodgers not playing in 2021, but doesn't see it happening in Denver. Yeah, and once again, I don't see that happening in Denver either. I really think it's either Packers or nothing. And like I said, we just talked about what Aaron Rodgers was saying. He's like, hey, I'm going to take a couple more weeks and see how I feel and go from there. And then we know that the training camp is coming up on July 27th. So 2 more weeks out for Aaron Rodgers to kind of, make his choice, sink or swim, play or don't play, legacy chasing or legacy crushing. We'll see what happens. But let's get into this article and let's see what Peyton Manning is saying. All right, so Manning appeared on MLB Network ahead of the 2021 Home Run Derby at Denver Coors Field on Monday and offered his thoughts on the ongoing Aaron Rodgers situation in Green Bay. After months of subtle rumblings linking Rodgers to a potential move to the Mile High City, Manning threw some snow on the subject when asked where he thought Rodgers might be going. Quote, great question. Obviously, it's the question of the summer here in Denver. Obviously, I hope he plays somewhere this year. The fact that Aaron Rodgers might not play this year, I can't fathom it. He's too good of a player, too fun to watch for the fans. I personally hope it's in Green Bay. That's where I see him as. I hope they can kind of make amends and work it out. The team is so close. If he were to leave there, it'd be a major change, obviously, for them. So once again, I mean, they're so close, and that's what we're hearing. I mean, the last 3 years, folks, we have to kind of put all this into context. Aaron Rodgers is saying he wants more help, but at the end of the day, you're still going 13-3. You know how great of a record that is in the NFL, folks? It's absolutely astounding. Every team thrives to at least be 13-3. More realistic bars are a 10-6 and 11-5 season. 12-4 is when we're starting to get into kind of elite team territory, and if you got more than 12 wins, I'm sorry, you got enough pieces. is, folks. It's all up to the talent of doing it on just a consistent basis as you go through the playoffs. So, we're hearing all this kind of talk of we need more help, but, Peyton Manning saying they're right there. We're seeing they're right there. You're getting to the conference championship games on a yearly basis. Once again, that's hard to do, folks, but they're doing it these last 2 years. So we really just kind of don't understand where Aaron Rodgers is truly coming from in this situation. All right, and one other thing he says, he's too good of a player not to play. He's too fun not to have his fans watch, and that's true, folks. We know Aaron Rodgers is kind of, very cerebral. He understands how things work. He understands how just kind of the moving parts work around in the media, the football, the fans. He understands it all. So when when Aaron Rodgers is deciding whether to play this season or not, he knows if he doesn't play, it's going to affect his legacy. Having a year off, not chasing those accolades, not having a great passing year to bolster up his overall career resume, because Aaron Rodgers knows he's in the conversation of greatest of all time, folks. You can't tell me if you're an athlete, if you're playing something, where you just kind of stand in general. If you're one of the greatest to ever do it. If you're just kind of, tier 1, solid tier 2 player in this league, or, if you're just an overall role player, folks. Everybody knows where they just kind of fit in on their level of play. Now, what they say in the media is obviously a different question. A lot of people say, yeah, I'm the best in my position. Yeah, I'm the greatest to ever do it. But deep down, yourself, yourself, your thoughts, your thinking, your heart, where you are in the league. And Aaron Rodgers truly believes that he's one of the greatest to ever do it. And that's fine. We've got no problem with him thinking that, because he kind of is. Like I said, I don't put Peyton Manning in the top 3 of all time, but I think I put Aaron Rodgers top 3 of all time, honestly. I just can't put him number 1 because of the ring issue, because of the clutchability issue in the big time games. I don't care that this man is throwing Hail Marys in the regular season. I don't care. I don't care. I want to see what you're doing, on the 10-yard line. You need the score to win. You need the score to tie. At the 20-yard line, game sealing kind of drive. You're down 5. A minute left. 3 timeouts starting on your own 10-yard line. That's what I want to see you step it up, getting it done in the big-time situations. So Aaron Rodgers is having this on his shoulder. Do I play this year? Do I suck it up? Do I play for a franchise that doesn't respect me for my overall legacy? Because I know 10 years down the road when, we're having the GOAT debate, is it Tom Brady? Is it Aaron Rodgers? Is it Patrick Mahomes? Is it Justin Herbert? And yes, Justin Herbert will be in that category, folks. You can guarantee that. You can take that guarantee to the bank, folks. He knows, hey, if I sit out the season, that's going to be negatively kind of, talking point against me in the greatest of all time discussion. So we really think Aaron Rodgers is just going to end up playing. He kind of got all of his kind of complaints out there. The fans back him up. The fans understand, hey, Aaron Rodgers is doing this just to play, but, he got all of his vocalizations of what is wrong with this organization and what his kind of knocks against the organization were. So I do think he is definitely going to play here, but let's see what else Peyton Manning's got to say. So, quote, "My gut is he's not coming to Denver. My gut is Denver's going to have Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater be their quarterback. At this point, you got to kind of know what your plan is. You can't be having a new quarterback 3 weeks before the season." So, hey, if Peyton Manning is saying, hey, you can't have a quarterback for the next 3 weeks before the season, I would kind of take that as kind of the gospel. He's been winning at a high level. He's got multiple rings. He's kind of been, when we're talking about, who has been like the AFC champions and the best quarterbacks of the AFC for the last 20 years, it's always basically Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. Those were like the two always going at it. Tom Brady kind of getting the upper hand a little bit more, but Peyton Manning was always the solid number 2. So I'll definitely take that as the gospel. You can't have even a great quarterback, even a quarterback as good as Aaron Rodgers. It's still the team, and that's kind of what Aaron Rodgers' kind of main point is. Hey, it's not me, it's the team. I need the team to be great. And if you're just going to switch quarterbacks just like that. That's just going to mess up the overall team, the wide receivers, the line, the blocking, the lingo, how you're calling the plays in the huddle. So, if Aaron Rodgers does come to Denver, it may not be very pretty the first year, and now we're going to get this entire saga over again. But this time, instead of calling Matt LaFleur trash, he's going to be calling the Broncos head coach trash. He's going to be calling the offensive line of the Broncos trash. He's going to be calling the wide receivers of the Broncos trash because they weren't getting it done year one. So I think Aaron Rodgers is just going to kind of suck it up. He got all of his kind of, voices about what is wrong with the organization out there. Now it's just time to play football. Everybody's already behind Aaron Rodgers. They agree, hey, it's kind of the front office. It's the organization. It's the coaching fault. It's never Aaron Rodgers. So he's already kind of got that on his side. So if you flounder again this season, it's going to point right back to the organization, and nobody's going to be pointing fingers at Aaron Rodgers besides us. If it's warranted, if it's necessary, we will point out Aaron Rodgers. We've got no problem doing that, but we'll see, but I definitely think it's just going to be with the Green Bay Packers. If it's not with the Denver Broncos, like Peyton Manning says it's not going to be, we say it's not going to be, it's either Green Bay or not playing. And for the overall legacy that Aaron Rodgers is desperately chasing, we know he's chasing legacy, folks. This is why he's making a big stink. This is why he's making a big stink of why he's not getting to the Super Bowl and losing in the NFC Championship games, because he needs the fans on his side, because the fans are the one that debate legacy. Legacy, yeah, you can have the talking heads, and he kind of already has some of the kind of mainstream media already behind him 100%, and those are the people that do the talking for the greatest of all time argument, folks, and Aaron Rodgers knows that. We know Aaron Rodgers thinks he's very, highly intelligent and just kind of, not just kind of, facts, but just kind of how everything works and how people react and what truly matters, when it comes to the sport of football. We all know he thinks he's big brain, high level IQ. So you can't tell me that he's not at least thinking about being highly regarded in a high seed, a high number in the greatest of all time argument. Of course he is, folks. Of course he is. Everybody knows their true kind of potential and what they can do. Just because you say something out loud and say something to the media, that doesn't mean it's true, folks. We just heard Tom Brady, folks. He said 90% of the things that I say out loud are not what I'm thinking. And you don't think Aaron Rodgers is saying the same thing? Come on. We got to be a little bit more in depth than that. Not so naive and shallow level thinking. So we'll see where he goes, folks. But I truly think it's just going to be with the Packers again. So me and Peyton Manning are on the same wavelength. So that give us credit? That vindicate us? Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. All right, let's move on here. Here we go. And another kind of, what we've been saying all year, and I'm glad that this man realizes it, because, hey, it's, he's going to be on the big hot seat this year, folks, and I think he can get it done, but, a hot seat is still a hot seat. So, Matt Nagy realizes, quote, time is now for his Bears offense. Yes! You said you couldn't get it done with the quarterbacks. All right, you got your quarterback now. You drafted this man. You didn't draft Mitch Trubisky. You picked up Nick Foles. That was a swing and a miss. You picked up Andy Dalton. He's never really going to have a chance to prove if he can get it done for the Bears, but he probably couldn't. But now you drafted this guy. This is it now. You've got your guy. You got your plan in place. This is, oh my God, that's all we've been hearing in this offseason. Oh, we got the plan in place for Justin Fields. There's a plan in place for Justin Fields. There is a plan. Is he going to be the week one starter? There's a plan. I mean, that's all the reporters are asking. Who's going to be the week one starter? There's a plan. We've got a plan for Justin Fields. We've got a plan. We will stick to the plan. Well, what is the plan? The plan is the plan. You understand? Well, no, we don't understand. We want to know what the plan is. The plan is the plan. There's a plan. So he's going to be the week one starter? There's a plan. Folks, we got a plan going on. You understand me? So the plan is there. The quarterback is there. Time to put up or shut up, because this Bears team has just been underwhelming all the last 3 years under Matt Nagy. The defense was just kind of giving up at the end of the season because the offense was so lackluster. Mitch Trubisky could not score on a consistent basis when they needed to, not taking advantage of turnovers and great field position. That will turn off your defense just like that, folks. So This is going to be a big narrative. We're going to write down all the big narratives that we are going to kind of be, kind of following on a weekly basis. And instead of kind of doing a weekly cash and trash list on Tuesdays during our NFL season, we are still probably going to do the NFL cash and trash list. But also on those Tuesday shows, we are going to be kind of updating our narratives, kind of seeing how our narratives are going that we're focusing big on. And this is one of them. Are the Bears getting it done? Is Matt Nagy getting it done? Because it's sink or swim for him this season. He is on the hot seat. The plan is there. The quarterback is there. It's time to put up or shut up, and he understands that as well. We're going to be talking about all these narratives as well as, once the NBA season is over and we have more time in the show, we're going to kind of start, getting our narratives on point. This Matt Nagy is one of them, and we'll reiterate them, and we will be writing them down just so we can keep track of them on a weekly basis throughout the NFL season. Matt Nagy. Just off the top of my head, Matt Nagy is one of them. Patrick Mahomes, is he going to go down the same route that Russell Wilson went down? 2 great seasons back-to-back Super Bowls, but then just haven't done anything in the next 5 years. So we're going to be tracking Patrick Mahomes and his success. We've got Sean McVay kind of in the same boat as Matt Nagy. Hey, you got your quarterback now. You didn't ask for Jared Goff. You went out and actively traded for Matthew Stafford, who you believe is the guy. So let's go get it done this year. So we've got a lot of coaches to watch out for. And Matt Nagy, hey, he realizes it. So, there's no more, I didn't really think I was on the hot seat. I thought I had one more year or something. No. It's do or die this year, man. This is it. Put up or shut up. Can you coach or not? Because if you can't, We'll get somebody else in there. Don't make me come down to the Bears and find the new head coach. So let's see what Matt Nagy is saying here. And let's see how important he is going to put into his offense this year. So here we go. All right, with fans clamoring for rookie first-rounder Justin Fields to hit the field, and Nagy and general manager Ryan Pace's job likely hanging in the balance of the 2021 campaign, Chicago's 17th head coach and franchise chronicle realizes the importance of the season ahead. Well, hey, folks, the pressure is on, folks. The NFL writers are even saying it's sink or swim. You're gone if you don't get it done this year. So, oh, man, you better have Justin Fields ready to go. You better hope this plan is A1, Tier 1, Matt Nagy, or you're gone. All right, here, quote. I think what we've put together, Ryan Pace has done such an amazing job of building the last 3 years. This roster that we have a lot of depth. And so now to be able to have the time to put together, we feel like we're going to have a great opportunity offensively to do what we need to do. The time is now. We know that, and we're looking forward to that. Oh, they're accepting the challenge. They're embracing the challenge. Hey, we know we got to win now, and we're looking forward to it, baby. Hey, I love the attitude, Matt Nagy. Yes, sir. All right. Back to the quote. You can't live in the past, and that's not what we're going to do. I refuse to allow that to happen. This is a new season, and so we get a fresh start, so let's see what we can do with it. Yes, fresh year, fresh start. I love that attitude. We're not living in the past. I'm giving everybody a clean slate. We have our, preseason judgments. Dan Campbell's going to be absolutely atrocious as a head coach. Urban Meyer with Tim Tebow is going to be a disaster, but we'll still give them a fair chance once the season starts. If Dan Campbell starts coaching his butt off, hey, I'll be the first one to say, hey, I was kind of wrong. I don't see that happening, but, I will do it if I need to. I will, apologize to Dan Campbell. I'll wear a race car helmet, and I will apologize to Dan Campbell. All right, optimism dissipates into doubt rather quickly in Chicago and all of the NFL for that matter. Nagy realizes getting himself back into the good graces of the Bears faithful will come in just one way, and that's with getting victories, which have been lacking over the past 2 seasons of 16-16 regular season football. Yikes, that's 500, folks. That's nothing. What are we doing with 500? Nothing. Got to be above 500, baby. Come on. Extra game this year, too. No going 500. There is no more going 500. It's either you're positive or negative. You're either good or trash. So no more hiding. Oh, well, we went 8-8. That was good. Now we can build off of that. No. It's either 9-8 or 8-9. You choose. No 8-8 no more. Damn, that's going to be crazy. Damn, no more 8-8, folks. No more 500. It's either positive or negative, trash or garbage, or good. Dang. Woof. That's going to be interesting, folks. Jeez. All right, let's see what Matt Nagy says. Quote, you just got to win. I think that's what we love about the fans in Chicago is they're extremely passionate. You love that? You love that you're on the hot seat because the fans are coming after your head? Okay. They care so much about their Chicago Bears. They want to win, and that's why I'm here. And trust me, I embrace it. I wouldn't want it no other way. All righty, Matt Nagy, hey, you're talking a lot of shit, man. I mean, you're just putting the pressure more on you, which I've got no problem with. Hey, say all this shit. Yes, sir. Hey, embrace the challenge. Embrace you being on the hot seat. Hopefully that fuels your fire a little bit more to be a little bit of a better head coach, a little bit of a better just kind of, play caller as well, and just to try to get everybody to the position that they need to be in to win in the NFL on a consistent weekly basis. So, there is no hiding here for Matt Nagy. He knows it, he's embracing it, he's accepting it, and he's ready to go and do it. So, if he flounders this year, we can all kind of be on the same page that Matt Nagy should be fired. It's going to be unfortunate, but hey, we got no time to waste around here. This defense of the Bears has just been great the last 3 years, and if the offense isn't going to get it done, Matt Nagy being an offensive-minded head coach, you got to go. You just got to leave. Goodbye. You have to work your way back up to head coach, start at the offensive coordinator level, and work it up, and try to find a new team to try and, get back to winning culture. All right, what else do we get here? Pretty long article here, so maybe we get something else good. So, ranked 26 in total offense in 2020. Yikes, that's a big yikes right there. The Bears' offense was a slog through lengthy parts of their campaign. Eventually, Nagy ceded the play-calling duties to offensive coordinator Bill Lazor. Lazor's back for 2021, but Nagy is back as the play caller. So this is another thing that kind of why the Bears' offense was trash. Yes, they had kind of Mitch Trubisky, but they also kept flip-flopping between Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles. I mean, Mitch Trubisky threw an interception, and then they just subbed in Nick Foles right in the game. It was like week 3 or 4. Nick Foles ended up winning the game as well. But then they use Nick Foles for like 3 weeks, and then they go back to Mitch Trubisky. So the inconsistency in quarterback play was a big red flag for this Bears team, killing Mitch Trubisky's confidence, even though it shouldn't have been that high in the first place. But then also the play calling. Hey, Matt Nagy's calling plays, then Bill Lazor's calling plays, and now Matt Nagy's back at it this year. So you got to just stick with it, man. You can't we just heard Peyton Manning. You can't have a new quarterback 3 weeks before the season. You can't be flip-flopping quarterbacks midway in the season. You can't be calling, changing offensive play callers midway through the season. Stick with one, live and die by it, and Matt Nagy is living and dying by him calling the plays. And another reason why we think they're just going to start Justin Fields right off the rip here is because Matt Nagy knows, hey, I can't keep flip-flopping quarterbacks. I can't do Mitch Trubisky. I can't do Nick Foles. I can't do Andy Dalton 4 weeks and then Justin Fields for the rest of the season. And that also kind of says that, if Justin Fields struggles, it's going to be hard for Matt Nagy to go to Andy Dalton again because he's going to make the same mistake that he made last year. So Matt Nagy needs this plan to be in place and have Justin Fields ready to go week 1. Folks, do we have to bring up the bet again? Do I have to bring up the bet again? Has it changed? Is it still good plus 300 odds, folks, or has the value gone down? Let's see. Starting quarterback for the Bears, Justin Fields still plus 300, folks. He is going to be the starter. There's a plan in place to make this man the starter, and we'll know more by the start of training camp. All right, back to the article. Here we go. Hence, if there wasn't enough pressure riding on his 4th season as Bears head coach, Nagy is taking back some more. Quote, we ran into a road bump last year in the middle of the season where we lost 6 games in a row, and that was hard after starting 5-1. So at that point in time, I started with myself. What can I do better? We were kind of stuck in neutral, and I thought it was a good idea to hand the play calling over to Bill Lazor. I think he did a great job, but again, we look into the whys after every season and how we can get better. So now we're just really excited to see our players grow. We think we did a great job in the draft and bringing in some young talent, and particularly on the offensive side of the ball as well. So we'll see, but we got to do it, and it's only a couple of weeks around the corner. Yes, sir, that NFL start of the season is coming quick, folks, coming quick. We are 2 weeks away from training camp. And then, once training camp hits, folks, we're going to be blasted with information on the NFL. How are these players looking? Who's winning these starting quarterback jobs? How quickly can we get Tim Tebow out of the media? This man needs to be cut immediately day one of training camp. So, and then we're getting preseason. Then we're getting week one, and we're going to get right into the full swing of it. So, hey, just a couple more days, wait 2 weeks, and then, we're basically thrown into the NFL season. Alrighty. Last quote here. Regardless, the message was clear from Nagy that it's all about winning right now. Quote, yeah, I don't care. Let's just get the belt. Let's win, and let's do it our way. So, Matt Nagy understands the pressure is on him. He's going to be under a microscope by us for the entire NFL year. We're rooting for him. We want to see Matt Nagy succeed. We want to see Justin Fields succeed. We want to see Khalil Mack succeed on the defensive end of the ball, and we want to see Allen Robinson succeed on the offensive side of the ball because he's so gosh darn good and made Mitch Trubisky look good. So, Bears, man, big season coming up. Sink or swim, go get it done, Matt Nagy. Go get that win. Alrighty, let's keep moving on here, and alrighty, here we go. So, Patrick Mahomes, when a fan told him to watch out for Justin Herbert next year, quote, I'll see it when I believe it. Okay, I'll see it when I believe it. Now, this is where we get to talk about Patrick Mahomes because he's a little cocky, which is good. I don't mind that. But once again, we're kind of following the same path as Russell Wilson. 2 straight Super Bowls real early on in his career. This is the do or die year. Do you follow down the Russell Wilson path or do you make your own new path that's a little bit better than Russell Wilson? Now, when it comes to being compared to Tom Brady, he instantly shut down those comparisons. So that's always great. I don't want to hear Patrick Mahomes saying, oh yeah, I'm already kind of at the top tier like Tom Brady. Because you've been in the league 4 years. Let's slow the roll a little bit there. But, when it comes to kind of his younger talent, his younger comparisons of everybody he's being compared against, Lamar Jackson, obviously, this new wave of NFL talent, Joe Burrow, Tua, Justin Herbert, he gets a little bit more cockier around them because he already has the accolades over them, so he can be a little bit more cocky. So for that, we understand it, but, Patrick Mahomes, you are not cemented in anything yet. Yes, you were on the cover of Madden twice. Okay, that's good. Yes, you got to the Super Bowl twice, but you lost once. You couldn't make it work when you were getting chased around the field. You couldn't step it up a little bit, So, I don't want him to get too big of a head. Obviously, he's still great. We still have him as quarterback number 1 in this league. He's just so talented, dual threat quarterback. This is this is the best dual threat quarterback I think we've ever seen, folks. And he stays healthy. No injury, no dogfighting, so he has to go to jail for a couple of years and then is never the same after. This man is, well, let me knock on wood because I don't want anything of that to happen. The injuries or the dogfighting. But, RG3 was great, but he got injured. Michael Vick, we all know that. Lamar Jackson, he's not getting injured either, so that's always great as well. But he's not getting it done as well as Patrick Mahomes is on the field. So we are loving what we're getting from Patrick Mahomes, but I don't love that he's really dissing Justin Herbert. You can diss Joe Burrow and diss Tua. That's fine. But when it comes to Herb, we got a special place in our heart for her because that man was absolutely fantastic last year. And, the fact that he's kind of doubting Justin Herbert, this man just proved it last year, folks. The one knock that we're going to have on, Patrick Mahomes is, hey, you never had that kind of first year. You didn't get thrown right into the Wolves year 1. You sat on the bench year 1. So the fact that Justin Herbert came out here and did absolutely fantastic year 1, folks, we gush about these stats all the time. 66% completion percentage, 4,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Folks, he is checking every single box. Every single box that we kind of just put in good quarterback-wise, 62 to 65% completion percentage, he's at 66. That's above good, folks, above great. We want to see at least 4,000 yards, he's at 4,300. Absolutely magnificent. We want to see touchdowns like 25 plus, and then we want kind of 2-to-1 touchdown and interception ratio. He's got 31 touchdowns. That's a check plus. He's got 3-to-1 touchdown and interception ratio. That's a check plus. So, folks, he's checking all the boxes here, and he was getting the wins at the end of the season. That's great. Yeah, he kind of struggled a little bit getting the wins early on in the season, but he always kept the game close. And once again, the Chargers are kind of putting Anthony Lynn's face on losing games close. They're kind of using him as a scapegoat, so we'll see if that is true this year, another narrative that we can be watching. But I mean, folks, he won his last 4 games. He won the last 4 games, folks. So getting better as the season progressed, yes. We'll take that. We love that. Especially first year. Come on. When he wasn't even expected to play. He wasn't even expected to start. The medical doctor ruined Tyrod Taylor. I still can't. That is so wild, folks. That a team doctor punctured this man's lung. Like, what? Doctors are supposed to help you, not hurt you. Jeez. So I don't like that, Patrick Mahomes is kind of throwing a lot of shade to Justin Herbert. Maybe he feels a little intimidated by Justin Herbert, that Justin Herbert's going to be a bigger name, that Justin Herbert can truly rival Mahomes as kind of the best new age quarterback after, Big Ben and, Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. That wave is starting to retire. We just saw that with Drew Brees. Big Ben's out next season. Tom Brady is out maybe 2 seasons, and then we're left with Aaron Rodgers for about maybe 4 or 5 more years. But it'll be out of his prime. Maybe Father Time keeps up with Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think so, because I don't think he puts in the work that Tom Brady puts in the offseason just kind of to maintain his body. So we'll see how long Aaron Rodgers can go. But I truly think Justin Herbert is going to be a big name that rivals Patrick Mahomes. And for what we're seeing, I'll see it when I believe it. Well, I just saw it last season, and I'm believing it. So Patrick Mahomes, a little catty. A little catty here with Justin Herbert. And hey, talk your shit. I've got no problem with people talking their shit. Talk your shit. I love, talking your shit and hearing people talk their shit and talking about people talking their shit. I'm all about it. It adds to that competitive edge, that competitive nature, that just overall great competition that is supposed to be the highest level of play that there is, folks. There is no higher level of competition in football than the NFL. So yes, sir, you're going against the best of the best. Talk your shit. Yes, sir. So I've got no problem with that. But, with Patrick Mahomes kind of saying this, about Justin Herbert, it's kind of rubbing me the wrong way a little bit. And I think he may be a little intimidated. Justin Herbert, the man is just a mammoth man, folks. He's a 6'6" quarterback that is built like freaking, I don't even know, DK Metcalf. And DK Metcalf's real solid. So, I think I just saw a quote that somebody kind of compared him to Megatron, which is his build. Somebody said, hey, he's looking like Megatron out there. And then, yeah. Big, strong, sturdy quarterback. Get it done. So, Patty Mahomes, you didn't play your first year. You sat the bench to learn a little bit. Justin Herbert came out firing, guns blazing, year 1. And you still need to see it to believe it? I already saw it. I'm believing it. Good luck next year. Do they face? Let's bring up. They're not in the same. Are they? Yeah, they are in the same division. Yeah. You better get ready to see him twice a year. What did he do against this Chiefs team? Let's see what they did head-to-head wise since they faced twice this season. So the first meeting came week 2. Let's see what this was like. Chargers only lost by 3, 23-20. Let's see what the stats were looking like. Did Patrick Mahomes get outplayed? Well, these are great stats, geez. Patrick Mahomes, 27 of 47 for 302 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Justin Herbert, 22 of 33 for 311 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. A little unfortunate with the pick, but was this his first game that he was thrown out there? Or did he get, I think he got kind of thrown in, did he get it thrown in week 1? He played all week 1? Maybe he didn't. Yeah, he didn't. That was his first game ever. First game ever, dropped 311 yards on your head. Come on. Give the man some credit here. Love it. So, he kind of outplayed you besides the interception. A better completion percentage. Let me get my calculator up. Let's get some official numbers on this completion percentage. So, Patrick Mahomes, 27 of 47. What's the algorithm? What's the, what is the algorithm for completion percentage? So that's 57% for Patrick Mahomes, and then Justin Herbert is 66%, folks. Fantastic. Absolutely great. So, once again, more yards, more completion percentage. He just had the turnover. Truly unfortunate. All right, now let's see what the second meeting was like here. All right, against the Kansas. How lame game, the very last game of the season, and we know the Chiefs rested all their starters. So Patrick Mahomes slithers his way out of this conversation, and now he wants to go and diss Justin Herbert because week 1 in the first game. Ooh, oh my God. Oh, I can't. Yo, this rivalry is going to be fantastic, folks. Oh my gosh. Woo! Man, Chiefs-Chargers rivalry twice a year. Mahomes, Herbert. Oh man. Oh, I'm going to love it, folks. Oh, I can't wait. What did Justin Herbert do this game? He was going against Chad Henne. Justin Herbert, 22 of 31. Once again, great completion percentage. That should be like 67%, maybe even 70. 70! Oh my God! 3 touchdowns, no picks, 300 yards! Woo! Yes! Man! Of course Mahomes is going to be, oh, well, we've got nothing left to play for. Let me bow out. I'm not playing. I don't want to go against this man. So, Patrick Mahomes, put up or shut up, baby. It's time. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Man, oh my God, I can't wait, folks. 58 days left to the start of the NFL season, and I can't wait for Justin Herbert, Mahomes. When do they face? Let's get their schedule up. I need it. It's got to be week 1. I need to see it week 1. Oh man, folks. Oh, I can't wait. Here we go. When do they face? What's the first week? Week 3. Week 3, folks, is their first meeting, September 26th. Oh, it's a 1 o'clock game. Hopefully, it's going to be the primetime 1 o'clock. It's got to be. Oh, man. Oh, do they face ever primetime? Oh, they do. Oh, they do face primetime December 16th, 8:20 in LA. Oh, oof, folks. Ooh, I can't wait. This is going to be fantastic, folks. This season is truly going to be, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I hope Justin Herbert makes this man eat his words, folks. I'll see it when I believe it. Whew, you'll see it real early on. Week 3, folks. Damn. Oh, I'm so fired up, folks. Let's keep moving on. Damn, I'm so fired up. Whew. All right. Here we go. Moving on to the Vikings. Here we go. Anthony Barr believes Vikings are capable of winning Super Bowl in 2021. Quote, I really feel like this year is going to be special. All right, folks, we've talked about the Vikings a little bit this season, but just because it's nothing great on this team, they're super underwhelming. So when Anthony Barr is saying they're capable of winning the Super Bowl this year, I'm like Patrick Mahomes. I'll see it when I believe it. You know what I mean? Like, let's go back these 3 years for this Vikings team and just see how underwhelming they've been, folks. Ever since Kirk Cousins got there in 2018, the first year there, they go 8-7-1, don't make the playoffs. Okay, nothing great, underwhelming. The next year they win. They go to the playoffs, go 10-6, and they lose in the divisional round. But remember, this was the Minneapolis Miracle game in the playoffs where they really shouldn't have won that game. Diggs down the sideline. Joe Buck had one of the best calls of all time. Diggs, sideline, touchdown. I mean, can we give credit to Joe Buck? I know I try to give credit every time we talk about it because he's just such a great announcer, and that gave me chills watching it, folks, because the Saints defender was absolutely trash and overplayed the ball when he didn't need to. Stephon Diggs down the sideline, touchdown, like 70 yards, and they win the game just because of that. So kind of getting lucked out, a little bailed out there. That's why they made it decently deep, not even that deep. They just got to the divisional round, wild card against the Saints, win in overtime. Diggs sideline touchdown right there. And then you go and face the 49ers and you get blown out 27-10. Lackluster. So it's nothing great. This team's always lackluster. And then what did they just do last year, folks? 7-9, not making the playoffs. So it's like, they're just so underwhelming every year. Yeah, they have Kirk Cousins, who I would say is above average in this league. Above average game manager. Well, no, I can't even call him above average. I'm calling him an average game manager out there. He's not at the Ryan Tannehill level. He's not at Baker Mayfield's level. I've got no problem saying that. And then you got, Dalvin Cook behind you, which is always great. We have him in top 3 runners, top 5. I think we left him out of the top 5, maybe number 6. But that's no fault of his because there's a lot of good running back talent. And then we got Justin Jefferson, who last year was fantastic. I mean, the man was absolutely great last year, folks. Rookie, year 1, getting it done. And then you got Adam Thielen. He's a great tier 2. I've got no problem with that. Who's their tight end? I think they've got a good tight end too. Let's bring that up. Here we go. Vikings depth chart. Their tight end is Irv Smith. Was he there last year? 365 yards, 5 touchdowns. So decent. It just, once again, they've got good pieces, but they underperform every year. Every year. So I can't get behind it. Let's see what he's saying. Let's see why he says this year is going to be different. Sell me, Anthony Barr, on why the Vikings are going to be different this year. Because I don't see it, I'm not believing it, and we rarely talk about you because we just will never believe it. But let's see. Maybe he can sell us. Let's see. We've been sold before, folks. We just got sold on Nick Sirianni yesterday by Lane Johnson. So it is possible for us to get sold. So here we go. Anthony Barr played in just 2 games in 2020, losing the majority of his season to a torn pectoral muscle in joining the ranks of key Vikings edge rusher Daniel Hunter being another, who were unable to participate in their disappointing year. Instead of relying on proven contributors, Minnesota was forced to cobble together something resembling an NFL defense, finishing 27th in yards allowed per game and 28th in sacks per pass attempt. Yikes. Now that the Vikings have had an offseason to retool and get healthy, Barr has high hopes for his squad. Quote, I really do believe that we have a Super Bowl winning team this year. Obviously, there's a lot of steps to get to that point, and I've been through good seasons and bad seasons with this team. Every year's a bad season. Good season? Has there ever been a good season? When was the last time the Vikings had a good season? If you want to say that, the 2019 season where they made it to the divisional round, I guess. Luckily, y'all did it. What else do we get here? When was their last real good season? 13-3, and you lost the conference championship. Who was the quarterback on this team? Was Kirk Cousins here? I don't think he was. Case Keenum. I mean, Case Keenum got y'all there. 13-3 season. So, and then what did y'all do in the playoffs? What did y'all do in the playoffs in this 13-3 season in 2017? Once again, oh my God, you win the wild card. You beat the Saints in the wild card. Or no, the divisional. They made it to the championship game. They made it to the NFC championship game, but then they got blown out by the Eagles 38-7. Y'all got blown out by Nick Foles. So it's like underwhelming. All right, let's get back to the quote here. Quote, obviously there's a lot of steps to get to that point, and I've been through good seasons and bad seasons with this team, but every time we've had a tough year, we've always bounced back. I really feel like this year is going to be special. If you call 10-6 a bounce back season from the 7-9, okay, I guess, but still, it's like, is this year going to be different? Is everybody going to step up? I mean, you were blaming injuries last year. I get it. You still have to have good talent on the defensive end of the ball. But, if one person gets injured, are you guys going to start throwing in the towel? Being like, well, no, this is what happened last year. Garbage year again this year. So that's the only quote we get. And it's not selling me, folks. I'll give them a little bit more credit, because, like you said, they were injured last year defensively. But I'm still not using that as an overall excuse, next man up mentality. I mean, folks, I'm not taking injuries into a big account. You can't blame everything on injuries. I know it's easy to do, and, it does make a little sense in just the grand scheme of things. Well, we didn't have our best players out there, so, we are expected to lose a little bit more. But then you need your other players to step up. Kirk Cousins has to go and drop 40 a game. Sorry, that's what has to happen. So, can't get behind this Vikings team, but we'll give them a little bit more credit. Going in, we were giving them maybe 10 credit points out of 100. I'll bump it up to 15. It's nothing big, so we'll see what they do. And we'll see what they do early on to see if Anthony Barr is truly on the right track of thought. We'll see. Alrighty, let's keep moving on here. We've been talking about corners the past couple of days here, with Stephon Gilmore saying he wants to get paid a little bit more, and then we were talking about Jalen Ramsey, real great. He's probably the tier 1, the best cornerback in the league right now. He's the highest paid cornerback in the league, and he's shutting down all the great A1 tier 1 wide receivers. So we've kind of been investigating that over the last couple of days, and now we're hearing from Jalen Ramsey. So we actually get some quotes on this man, which is always great, and we can talk about him and see what he's saying. But Rams cornerback Jalen Ramsey sees himself emulating Charles Woodson with move to safety later in his career. Quote, I want to have a mix of it all. So, Charles Woodson, one of the best kind of defensive backs in the league of all time. He's in the Hall of Fame. I think he's got multiple Super Bowls. How many Super Bowls he got? Let's see. One-time Super Bowl champ. All right. When did he win this? Can we see that quickly? Let's go to his playoffs, postseason. And he ended up winning the Super Bowl he got to the Super Bowl twice, once with against Tampa Bay. Lost it, 48-21, but then he ended up winning it in 2014 with the Green Bay Packers. So, Aaron Rodgers gets a ring. Charles Woodson gets a ring against the Steelers. So, yeah, he's got one ring there. Fantastic. Got to get a ring to be kind of mentioned as one of the greatest of all time. Definitely have to have at least one. So, Jalen Ramsey looking up to that. Love seeing that. All right, let's see what it says. So, let's be clear right off the bat. Jalen Ramsey isn't trying to move to safety now, but one day, years down the line, the star corner could see himself making a shift. Quote, I wouldn't have no problem moving to safety. I love corner right now. The corner money's better. I'm cool with where I'm at. And, kind of that just kind of fits into what we've been saying, these kind of, the Tyrann Mathieu, the Minkah Fitzpatricks, that can just play all over the field, the Jamal Adams that are kind of, named as safeties, but will be all over the field. When Jalen Ramsey's, at the later end of his career and wants to move to that position, could you imagine Jalen Ramsey just flying around the field wherever it is? Any given point on any given play, he can be wherever he needs to be on the field. So, that could be a little dangerous. So that's something to look forward to. But like, we just said in this article, let's be clear, he's not moving to safety right now. So, all right, what else do we get here? We get this last quote, so let's read this, but then we've also got some kind of what he's saying as kind of, the top receivers he's facing, all that, and we can go into that a little bit more. But let's finish off this article real quick. While he considers Deion Sanders the best corner in NFL history, Ramsey said in his mind, Charles Woodson is the best defensive back ever because of the Hall of Famer's ability to dominate after a late career position switch. Quote, I like Charles because even though I say Deion is the best corner to play the game, Charles is the best defensive back to play the game because he played multiple positions in the secondary. He played corner, he played safety, he played nickel. He did a bunch of different stuff, and he affected the game in so many different ways. Me coming to LA, that's the kind of role that I started to be in. I'm still on the edges, on the corner the majority of the time, but here and there, they're starting to let me be a little bit more, mix it in, playing a little bit of the nickel. And then at some point in my career, if it takes me there to safety, I would want to do that as well. I would have a mix of it all. So the man wants to kind of truly be a key piece defensively. Hey, stick me wherever, and I'm going to get it done. I will lock it down wherever. So big ambitions there by Jalen Ramsey, and we hope, he gets to that point. We always bring this up. It's hard to maintain high elite kind of number one in your position for multiple years. It's kind of like a 4-year period. If you can do it more than 4 years, you're kind of an outlier. Stephon Gilmore kind of in that position. I would say Richard Sherman was definitely in that position of just kind of high elite talent, regarded as a number one corner in your position. But it's hard to maintain that success for multiple years throughout your entire career, let alone 4 or 5 seasons. So Jalen Ramsey's got some ambition there, love it. But then we also get kind of what he's saying is the best in his league and the hardest to cover. So Jalen Ramsey says the 3 wide receivers that are hardest to guard are DeAndre Hopkins, number 1, Odell Beckham, number 2, and Julio Jones, number 3. Alrighty, we've been kind of talking about, corners and, wide receivers. We have Tyreek Hill, the number 1 wide receiver. We have DK Metcalf, number 2 wide receiver in this league. And it's hard to kind of rank these wide receivers just because it feels like I'm disrespecting these other great talents. DeAndre Hopkins, I probably have him as number 3 wide receiver, but then, Julio Jones is still in the league and A.J. Brown emerging, and we still have OBJ. So, I don't want to seem like I'm coming off as disrespecting these other great wide receiver talents out here. When we really, if you're in the top 10 of wide receivers, that's real good. Like, there's 5 great running backs. There's really kind of 10 great wide receivers. So if you're in the top 10, that's still real great. It is hard to kind of be in the top 3, though, just because there's so many good names. So Jalen Ramsey, a little interesting right here that he puts DeAndre Hopkins 1, OBJ 2, and Julio Jones 3, and then leaves out Tyreek Hill and DK Metcalf. And, we just talked about Jalen Ramsey, on the show the past couple of days because we've been looking on how they've been locking down the A1 Tier 1 wide receivers in this league. And the most yards he gave up last year was against Amari Cooper, but that was week 1, 114 yards. And then he says DeAndre Hopkins is the hardest wide receiver to guard, but he actually locked him down 100% last year, folks. DeAndre Hopkins, meeting 1, week 13, 6 of 11 for 36 yards. That's a true lockdown right there, folks. And then week 17, the last week of the year, 4 of 9 for 40 yards. Once again, another true lockdown. So what is up with that? Now, when we talk about DK Metcalf, he only faced him once. He faced him twice last season. Decent lockdowns again. 4 of 6 for 42 yards. That's a pretty solid lockup. And then, the second meeting, 6 of 7 for 71 yards. So overall, you've given up more yards to DK Metcalf than DeAndre Hopkins, but you're saying DeAndre Hopkins is a little bit more hard to guard. He's the hardest wide receiver he's had to guard. So a little interesting there. He puts OBJ in that category. He didn't face against OBJ last season, unfortunately. And then number 3 was Julio Jones. And once again, he didn't face Julio Jones last year. So, a little interesting. We'll see what kind of, Jalen Ramsey does this year and locking down, all the wide receivers he faces this season. Let's bring up the Rams schedule just to kind of get a sense of who he's going to be locking up this year. Does he have to go against Julio Jones with the Titans this year? Does he have to go against OBJ and the Browns this year? So let's see. He's got the Bears, so he's going to be having to lock up Allen Robinson. He's got the Colts, so probably T.Y. Hilton. The Bucks, Mike Evans. The Cardinals, D-Hop, obviously. The Seahawks, DK Metcalf, obviously. They're all in the same division, so they face him twice. The Giants, probably Kenny Galladay. The Lions, nothing great. He doesn't have to worry about the Lions. The Texans, I don't even know who's on the Texans anymore, wide receiver-wise. The Titans, so he will have to go against Julio Jones. Maybe he'll do A.J. Brown. We'll see who he kind of guards there. He's got the 49ers. He's got the Packers, so Devontae Adams. That's going to be a big kind of matchup there. We got the Jaguars. Please lock up Tim Tebow. If Tim Tebow's on the field, please lock him up. I know he's a tight end, and I know that's not what you do, but please just embarrass the man, please. The Cardinals again, the Seahawks again, the Vikings, Justin Jefferson. That's going to be a real interesting matchup there. The Ravens, we'll see. Maybe Sammy Watkins. Maybe. Once again, that's a pretty easy lockup. So he's going to have to go against Julio Jones. No OBJ, unfortunately. D-Hop twice again. So, just a little interesting on what his thought process is, kind of ranking the 3 hardest wide receivers to guard and leaving out Tyreek Hill, speedster. Unfortunately, doesn't have to face him this year. Would love to see that. And, he faces DK Metcalf twice, so we'll see how he does against that. But then he gives his top 5 corners in the game right now. So his top 5 corners in the league right now are himself, which is absolutely, we agree with that. He's our number 1 corner in the league. He has Stephon Gilmore, who we do place probably number 3-ish, definitely top 5. He put Tre'Davious White in the top 5, and that was a little interesting. We just looked at his stats, and he was getting burned by those tier 1 wide receivers. He did good against the tier 2, but that's not what we're talking about with kind of top 5, top 3-ish. We want to see you lock down the best of the best. So Tre'Davious White being in there is a little interesting. Xavier Howard, great. We probably have him in top 5 as well. A lot of picks, puts himself in a great position. Still gives up some decent yards, though, but makes up for it with the picks. And that's kind of the same thing with Tre'Davious White. He gives up a lot of yards, but he makes up for it with a lot of interceptions. So, I guess I can understand that. And then he puts Jair Alexander. And let's investigate that, because if you're kind of just telling me right off the rip, I would say, yeah, Jair Alexander, real solid corner in this league. But let's see his official stats against kind of the A1 tier 1 wide receivers. We haven't looked at him just because when we were looking at, what the cornerbacks were doing a little bit earlier in the week and going into last week was just the highest paid. We were seeing if we can fit Stephon Gilmore in the highest paid corners, and Jair Alexander wasn't kind of top 10 or top 5 paid, so we didn't really look into his stats that much. But let's see, can we get behind Jair Alexander being in the top 5 corners if he's locking down the top elite, the DK Metcalfs, the D Hops, the Tyreek Hills, the Amari Coopers, all of those names. So let's see what Jair Alexander did last season. So against Adam Thielen, decent there for the Vikings, 5 of 7 for 71 yards allowed. Emmanuel Sanders for the Saints, 2 of 4 for 29 yards. That's a pretty solid lockup. Calvin Ridley, 5 of 10 for 66 yards. All right, decent there. Like we said, what we kind of count decent as, 10 yards a catch, really. We don't want to see you give up more than 10 yards a catch on average. And obviously, the more that you can do pass breakups and interceptions, the better, obviously. Mike Evans, 4 of 6 for 44 yards. Pretty solid game there. Justin Jefferson. So instead of doing Adam Thielen twice, he did Justin Jefferson the second time. And 3 of 4 for 25 yards. That's a real great lockup right there. Michael Pittman for the Colts, 7 of 11 for 76 yards. Allen Robinson, 5 of 12 for 47 yards. And a pass defense. Real great there. And then Corey Davis for the Titans, 1 of 5 for 10 yards. Woo, that's a good-ass lockup right there. And then Allen Robinson, again, 1 of 2 for 3 yards. So, yeah, I could put Jair Alexander in maybe top 5. The only problem, we didn't see any A1 Tier 1 wide receivers. Mike Evans is real solid. We'll give him that. But there's no DeAndre Hopkins, no DK Metcalf, no Tyreek Hill, no Amari Cooper, who we just kind of highly regard as, top 5, top 10 in this league. So, he did good against the company that, he had to go against, no fault of his own. It's not like, he was like, oh, we're playing the Chiefs, so I'm not playing that game. It's just, unfortunately, whoever you are facing this season. But let's quickly bring up what the Green Bay Packers are looking like this year to see who he's going to have to go against. Is he going to have to go against the elite and kind of put up or shut up of being in the top 5? We'll see. So let's get up their schedule quickly. Here we go. All right, here we go. What the Packers have to face and what Jair Alexander is going to have to lock up. Obviously, going against the Saints, the Lions, that's nothing. The 49ers, the Steelers, some solid overall there. Wide receiver depth, the Bengals, all righty, T. Higgins probably. The Bears, the Washington football team, the Cardinals, there we go, going against DeAndre Hopkins. Let's see how you do. Oh, and against the Chiefs. Let's see how you do against Tyreek Hill. Yes, sir. The Seahawks, DK Metcalf. Oh, my God, what a grueling 3-week stretch right here. Cardinals, Chiefs, Seahawks, man, oh man. Jair Alexander, you can prove it this year that you're top 5. Another narrative that we can be focusing on, folks. Jair Alexander, is he a top 5 lockdown corner in this league? And then you've got to go against Justin Jefferson year 2. You've got the Rams. So we'll see against that. We got the Bears, the Ravens, the Browns, the Vikings. So you're going to have to go against OBJ or Jarvis Landry. So he's got some work cut out for him this year, and we can definitely see if Jair Alexander is a top 5 corner come next season. So, all right, that's all the information that we've got on Jalen Ramsey, kind of, seeing where he just kind of, stacks players and, on wide receivers and corners. And it's always great to kind of see how we're seeing it compared to how players that are actually on the field doing it are seeing it. So it's always great insight to see. All right, let's keep moving on here. Still talking about the Rams, though. A survey of over 50 NFL executives, coaches, scouts, and players ranked Stafford as the number 6 QB. Alrighty, now we just ranked our quarterbacks. Did we do all starting quarterbacks? Yep, we ranked all starting quarterbacks a couple weeks ago on the show. So let's see where we had Matthew Stafford. So our kind of list was Patrick Mahomes 1, Justin Herbert 2, Josh Allen 3, Aaron Rodgers 4, Russell Wilson 5. We had Deshaun Watson 6. Kyler Murray 7, Lamar Jackson 8, and then Matthew Stafford 9. And I've been thinking about this a little bit. This one thing, I think I have Dak Prescott real low. So I'm going to move Dak Prescott above Carson Wentz, above Ryan Tannehill, and above Tom Brady. Now, do we move him above Matthew Stafford? That's kind of where I wanted to go. I've been thinking about this list ever since I posted it. And I was like, I think Dak Prescott's real low here. Is he better than Matt Stafford? Tough. Real tough. Obviously, Dak's won more. because the Lions have just been absolutely trash. I think I will keep Matthew Stafford above Dak Prescott for right now, but this could be moving a lot in this season. So they have Matt Stafford top 6, and I don't think I can get him into top 6, folks. Like I said, we have him number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we have him number 9. If we wanted to get him into top 6, we'd have to move him above Lamar Jackson, above Kyler Murray, and above Deshaun Watson. And I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can move him up that much. Deshaun Watson's spectacular, folks. He's so, of the dual threat quarterbacks that are not Patrick Mahomes, I've got Deshaun Watson above Kyler Murray and above Lamar Jackson. I don't think I could put Matthew Stafford any higher than 9, folks. Maybe Lamar Jackson, maybe. But I have to see it to believe it. We'll see what Matthew Stafford can do. This is, like we said, this is a huge year for Matt Stafford and a huge year for Sean McVay. Matt Stafford, it's like, finally, you got a good team all around you, so you better put up or shut up. Same thing with Sean McVay. You've got your quarterback, so you got to put up or shut up. But yeah, I can't see him being in the top 6. So that's real interesting that, once again, seeing what, the scouts are saying, the coaches are saying, the players are saying compared to what our thinking is. It's always great to get that insight. But, the question posed here by Bleacher Report Gridiron was, how many quarterbacks can you name that are better than Matthew Stafford? Well, for sure that I have no doubt on, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes over Matthew Stafford. I'm taking Justin Herbert already over Matthew Stafford. I've seen enough. Josh Allen, once again, if he's still as good as year 3, I'm taking Josh Allen above Matthew Stafford. I'm definitely obviously taking Aaron Rodgers. He's a great thrower of the football. And then I'm definitely taking Russell Wilson. So the most, and maybe, like I said, maybe I could put him over Deshaun Watson, but I don't think so. I truly don't. The man is he's magical with the football, folks. I mean, he's kind of on Patrick Mahomes' level of just kind of great dual-threat quarterbacks that can just really do it all and get you the big wins and be clutch when he needs to. It's just unfortunate Deshaun Watson is honestly on the worst overall organization. So the max I could put Matthew Stafford at would be 6. Right under Russell Wilson. But that's max. And I'm not giving him the max right now. We'll see what he does this year, and then maybe I can max him out at 6. Maybe. So, people are having this man highly regarded, and the pressure is on Stafford. Let's see if he goes out and does it this season. We believe in him. We have the Rams getting to the Super Bowl, not winning the Super Bowl. We have them getting there, losing to the Colts, but we expect big things from Matthew Stafford, and we'll see if we can kind of move him up in our quarterback rankings as the season progresses. All right, let's move on to, we can go to this. Here we go. I'm going to have to cut some things for time, I think. We'll talk about this tomorrow. All right, here we go. Let's talk about this. Washington president says new team name won't be Warriors and must have, quote, no ties to Native American imagery. Okay, well, we know Washington definitely needs a new team, or new name, no doubt about that. I don't want to call this the Washington football team ever again, honestly. I'm kind of annoyed that I have to do it this entire season as well. Really should have just been a one-and-done thing. You should have had this all figured out, but you had to deal with your sexual scandal, sexual abuse, sexual assault scandal for the last 2 seasons, so, having a new name wasn't the most important thing to do. So you better clean this up come next year, 2022. But the fact that you have to have no ties to Native American imagery, I think you were going kind of, like 1,000% overcorrection. Obviously, using the term Redskins, obviously was not the greatest. I still don't know what the jury is on that name. I mean, the only group of people that matters is the Native Americans themselves. And from what we've heard, we haven't heard from a lot of Native Americans, but I believe, hearing from one Native American that was like, yeah, we don't really care, or we don't really see that as racist. It was just kind of the Twitter mafia, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't have, like I said, I didn't research all the information. It's just what I kind of remember from the last time we talked about this. But I think kind of just taking it can't have no ties to Native American imagery. Well, just don't do something racist. I mean, we could find non-racist things to talk about Native Americans, can't we? Is everything that you say about Native Americans inherently, instantly racist? I don't think so. So let's see what we get here in the article about kind of what some of the names they may be throwing out are, because this kind of came as a complete surprise to me. I didn't even know we were talking about Washington names anymore. We talked about it kind of heavily last year, but it kind of fell off ever since then, and I didn't know we resumed the conversation. So let's see what we get in this article right here to kind of see what they're kind of leaning towards. We did talk about it last year. I will kind of maybe bring that up for tomorrow's show because we had a real good name. It was like the Washington. I'm not going to remember. We did a whole segment on it. It was good. All right, but let's go into this article. Here we go. By the start of next season, Washington football team will have an entirely new identity. Oh, that's great. That's exactly what we just said. So great. Fantastic. Good. What the franchise's future name, logo, and look will be is still being worked out by team brass. Washington president. Now, is this kind of, day-to-day picture stuff, or is this overall big picture stuff? Because we know, because of the sexual assault allegations, that, Dan Snyder kind of was only working on the new stadium, and that his wife was working on kind of the day-to-day operation. So who's going to be in charge of the name? We'll see. Washington president Jason Wright revealed in an essay posted Monday on the team's website part of the criteria for determining Washington's next step in its lengthy rebranding process. In short, the franchise will feature absolutely no ties to Native American imagery going forward. But then you're just kind of, ruining the history of your team. That was kind of the name, the team, Native Americans, paying respect to that. Obviously, you did it in a little bit of a racial tone, so just dial down the racist tone. But now you're kind of, taking all that history away. And don't we all love history in this country? I mean, geez Louise, that's what everybody only talks about. The history, where we came from. Everybody loves putting so much stake in that. Not me, not so much. Let's we move on. Everything's trash in the past compared to what it is now, so let's keep moving on. I mean, geez. That's just how I see it. I think that's kind of, once again, 100% overcorrection. We were way racist, so let's overcorrect it and not even bring up anything with Native Americans. You could still, dude, the Washington tribe is calling it something a tribe. Is that racist? Because if so, Survivor, they should be canceled then. So it's like, what are we doing here? But let's see what they're saying. Quote, "We have 89 years of history in this league, and failing to acknowledge our past use of Native imagery is the consideration of the new name wouldn't be mindful of the individuals and communities that were hurt by the previous name." But were they? That's what I'm saying. I don't think the Native Americans were the ones that were really kind of truly speaking out. It was the social justice Twitter mafia, I think. I'm going to do some more research on this. We'll have an update on this tomorrow, definitely. But once again, it's like, what are we doing? All right, but here we go. Quote, "We've made significant changes in our organization, in our culture, and our new name must reflect these changes." Do they? Do they? I don't think they do. Learn from it. Have a better just kind of infrastructure structure in the front office. The name can still be Native Americanized. I don't get why we have to go 100% away from the Native Americans. Quote, "To that end, we will choose an identity that unequivocally departs from any use or approximate linkage to Native American imagery." Jeez. So you're now you're being racist against the Native Americans because you won't even talk about them anymore. So once again, we're 100%, 1,000% overcorrecting the issue here. Gee, this is I'll say it, this is stupid. This is dumb. Still respect the heritage, still respect the culture, still respect the 89 years of history that you have. Just don't do it racistly. How hard is that? Y'all are saying it's so hard to come up with a non-racist Native American saying? Just don't call him Redskin. Folks, jeez. I don't get it. Here we go. Let's continue with the article. Wright singled out a particular mascot candidate, Warriors, as an example of a moniker the franchise is attempting to avoid adopting. Quote, "One might look at this name as a natural and even harmless transition, considering that it does not necessarily or specifically carry a negative connotation." Exactly, it doesn't. The Golden State Warriors. People are warriors, folks. The Coliseum days, they were warriors fighting lions. It's got nothing tied to Native Americans or any kind of negative connotation. And they still want to steer away from that. What are we doing? Quote, but as we learned through our research and engagement with various groups, context matters and that it makes it a slippery slope. Context matters, yes. Context is the only thing that matters. That's why I don't hold words themselves that powerful. It's the context behind the words that is, in my opinion, more important than the word themselves. So if we're saying these people are warriors, we're holding them into a good light. We can choose our context that we want to hold. No, we're calling the Native Americans warriors. We all signify warriors as kind of good. That's like a good thing. You're a fucking warrior, yo. I'm a fucking warrior, yo. Like, let's see what the actual definition of warrior is. Let's bring this up. Warrior definition. Let me bring this up. I want to know the actual definition of a warrior. Here we go. Warrior. A brave or experienced soldier or fighter. A brave! Brave! That's a good thing! We all want to be brave! Or it could be the second meaning, which is also probably pretty good for Washington's team. Any of a number of standing poses in yoga in which the legs are held apart and the arms are stretched outwards. Be that, and just have the Native Americans doing yoga on the helmet. Simple. Folks, warrior is fine. I don't get this. A warrior is a person specializing in combat or warfare, especially within the context of a tribal or clan-based warrior culture society that recognizes a separate warrior class or caste. Is this bad? Am I wrong? Am I way out of my realm of thinking that just the name warrior is so bad? So what the hell is going on here, folks? Warrior, the Washington Warriors is fine. I don't see, we're having the Native Americans in a positive light. All right, whatever. Y'all do what y'all do. I'm just living in y'all world. I can't change anything. I'm just living in it. Here we go. Last quote. Quote, feedback from across communities we engaged clearly revealed deep-seated discomfort around warriors with the clear acknowledgement that it is too closely aligned with Native American themes, such an embrace of potentially Native-adjacent iconography. Iconography and imagery would not represent a clear departure that many communities have so forcefully advocated for us to embrace, and that frankly we set out to do when we started this process a year ago. Okay. I guess. I mean, okay. They're tying the word warrior to negative connotation light of Native Americans. I mean, if y'all can do that, why can't you just tie it to a positive light? I mean, you know, I just don't. I guess I'm just not understanding. If y'all are understanding, okay, I'm just not understanding it. Maybe y'all need to tell me what I'm just not understanding here. But all right, we'll see what they choose to do. It's not going to be Warriors. It's not going to be the Washington Warriors, and they will do nothing along the note of Native Americans. So they will whitewash a name, and they will do a whitewash name. And isn't that what we're supposed to not be doing? We're supposed to be, you know, embracing all these cultures, not whitewashing it, not kind of memory holding it, not sending it into oblivion. Don't we want to embrace and celebrate? Isn't that what y'all pride for? We want to celebrate everything, which I've got no problem with. Celebrate it. Yeah, you know, if you're proud, go ahead and celebrate. I don't care what y'all do. Yes, do it. But we can't celebrate Native Americans, I guess, because everything is just negative. Everything y'all think of a Native American is negative. So, all right, we'll see what name they choose, but it's not going to be anything Native American wise. All right, let's keep going here. We'll save this for tomorrow as well. All right, let's keep going here. Last couple things to talk about quickly. Here we go. If I see you working out wildly, I will instantly get way bigger on you. I will get way behind you better. I will embrace you more. I will highly regard you better as top 10, top 5, whatever position you are in. We saw the same thing with Derrick Henry. We saw Chris Carson working out with chains. We are liking Chris Carson even more now. And now we get DK Metcalf, we are big on. We're going to get bigger on. We get DK Metcalf hitting a single leg 42-inch box jump while holding a 15-pound medicine ball. Well, can we just break this down? The one-legged box jump is so impressive by itself, folks. I didn't even know y'all could do this. I didn't even know this was a thing. Box jumps are great, 2 feet, but 1 foot, oh my goodness, jeez. But then we're adding a 15-pound medicine ball on top of that, and then we're doing 42 inches. Oh my God, this man is a monster freak athletic specimen of a human. And Jalen Ramsey's saying that this man's not top 3 hardest to guard in the league? What? The man is 6'4". Oh my gosh, so impressive. Obviously not good in baseball because we just had the Celebrity All-Star baseball game yesterday and he struck out. How unfortunate that. But hey, he's a football player. So he gets it done on the field. And this man's workout is absolutely insane. We are big on DK Metcalf. Can I put him out? He's number 2 in our eyes of wide receivers in the league. I don't know if I can put him at number 1. I'm close. This video is getting me close to putting him number 1. But man, I gotta see what Tyreek Hill is doing. Let me see Tyreek Hill's workout because I know it's not this. That's not what Tyreek Hill does. It's running fast, and we just kind of saw a video of him racing Aaron Jones, and he kind of beat him by a lot, like 5 yards in like a 40-yard sprint. So that's big. So DK Metcalf out here, folks, truly getting it done. A truly wild animal out here, man. Woof. I'm so impressed by this, folks. I couldn't even begin to thinking about doing this. I don't even know if I can do a 42-inch 2-foot box jump. 1 foot, 15 pounds, 42 inches, folks. Oh my gosh. It's fantastic. Jeez. All right. Last thing to talk about here. We can't say anything bad because this is a celebratory day for the man. A man that we knock a lot. But we can't do it today. We got to do everything, strictly everything good here. So, Mitch Trubisky, folks, ties the knot yesterday. Congratulations, Mitch. We love it. Winning out here. So, we get him. He's looking, oh my God, he's looking so goddamn good here, folks. Jeez. And I love that he didn't do the traditional black suit. Classy blue on white. Oh my God, I love it. Looking real good. He's looking A1 tier 1, folks. This is he dressed good. And then the brown shoes and top it all off. Fantastic. So, Mitch Trubisky looking real good. And then his wife, pretty solid as well. This is a nice get. Great looking couple out here. She's dressed good. The gown is good. The dress is good. So Mitch Trubisky marrying somebody with good taste, and Mitch Trubisky, he's got good taste as well. That's probably the best thing that we can say about him. He's got good taste. Good taste in clothing. Good taste in women. He's a good looking kid himself. Congratulations, Mitch. We love it. The one thing that's just a little questionable about this picture, and I'm not knocking, but I know the brides, the bridesmaids, they all have different dresses than what the bride wears, and we can see that clearly in the picture. But do always the best mans, the grooms? No, that's not right. Are they called they're all the bridesmaids and the best mans? What are the mans called? Do they have a name? Are they all just called? Do you have a best man? Are they all best men? Why am I blanking on this? What are the? Do I have to Google this? What are the men bridesmaids called? Are they just best men? They're bridesmen. Okay. I didn't think that was the word, but okay. So, do all the bridesmen? Do they always wear the same thing that the men wear? I know they all wear black like tuxes, but I thought that was just, matching just because the men usually wears the tux anyway. I know the the old Jerry Seinfeld bit of that's why all the bridesmen dress the same. So if the groom runs out, the next man just slides over. Classic bit there. But they're all rocking the same blue suit. None of them looking as good as Mitch Trubisky out here. So congratulations, Mitch Trubisky, the MVP. Hey, I don't know her names. What's the wife's name? We don't get the wife's name, unfortunate. But hey, the wife bagged the MVP, baby. That's an accomplishment. So congratulations, Mitch Trubisky, tying the knot and looking good while doing so. Congrats. Can't say anything negative. All right. Last thing to talk about here. So, the NFL throws us a little bit of a curveball. We've been looking at the choose your all-star offense by division. They threw a little bit of a curveball in here, and we have to choose our all-star defense. So, we choose a pass rusher, a linebacker, a corner, and a safety of the AFC West. So, the Broncos, the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Raiders. So, let's start with our pass rusher. We got Bradley Chubb, Joey Bosa, Chris Jones, or Yannick Ngakoue. Well, I got to go Bosa. I mean, the Bosa brothers are just absolutely fantastic. What did Joey have last year? How many sacks did he have? I want to say at least 12. At least. That's a low end. Let's see what he got last year. Joey Bosa. He had... Where the sacks at? Oh, damn, 7.5? That's it? He only played 10 games. A little injury last year, unfortunate. But I'm still taking Joey Bosa. What did he got? 16-game seasons, 12.5 sacks. One 16-game season, and then the other 16-game season, 11.5. So definitely taking Joey Bosa. Great pass rusher here for the Chargers. All right, then we go linebacker. We got Von Miller, Kenneth Murray, Nick Bolton, or Max Crosby. Well, Von Miller, a little bit of an injury history here. Not the greatest. Kenneth Miller, all right. Nick Bolton, all right. What did Nick Bolton do? Did he do anything good last year? I don't think he did. Anything great? See what we get here. Oh, that's college. We don't care about college. He's a rookie this year. I'm not taking a rookie. Not taking an unproven rookie. So, yeah, I guess we'd have to just take Von Miller. Unfortunate. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Now we go corner. Patrick Surtain, once again, rookie. I don't know if I can take him. Chris Harris Jr., I'm not the biggest fan of his at all, honestly. L'Jarius Sneed for the Chiefs. And then, Jonathan Abram, absolutely all day. Jonathan Abram, shutdown corner here. Absolutely love it. We will take him. And that leads us at our safety. We got Justin Simmons. We got Derwin James. We got Tyrann Mathieu and Casey Hayward Jr. And I'm definitely taking my man. I brag about him all the time on the show. Absolutely love it. He's top 3 safety in the league. And I would probably say he's top 1. I'd say top 1. Tyrann, Mother Loving Matthew, the Honey Badger, all over the field on any given play. So that's our all-star defense of the AFC West, folks. We got Joey Bosa. Chris Jones is real close second. How many sacks did he have? Maybe we made the wrong choice of choosing Joey Bosa, honestly. What did Chris Jones have? Chris Jones last season, he only had 7.5 too. So, yeah, we will stick with Joey Bosa. And he played a couple more games. He played 14 games last season. So, we will take Joey Bosa. We'll take Von Miller. We'll take Jonathan Abram. And we will take Tyrann Mathieu to make our all-star defense. But we're focusing on the offense, folks, in the AFC West. Chargers, Chiefs, Mahomes, Herbert. That's all I care about. I don't care about the defense. All right, so that's all the stories that we needed to cover for today. So let's head over and open some cards, folks. Panini, NFT, blockchain, NBA hoops, high voltage. We just bought the Marvels, the Net Marvels, the Don Russ Net Marvels last week, 10 packs. We made a pretty solid profit. I don't want to put a number to it, but I'll put a number to it, about a $200 profit. So we're looking to do the same thing again. We were able to get all 10 packs that you can get per order. Sold out in 5 minutes, but, we were lucky enough to get them. So we got them here, and then just like the Marvels, there is a challenge associated with the high voltage cards. So with the Marvels, you needed to collect 10 Marvels, 10 specific Marvels, and then you got the Luka Doncic card. These are going to be awarded tomorrow, and it's going to be real interesting to see how much this goes for. So you got a Luka Marvel. The only way you can get the Luka Marvel is by collecting all of the 10 Marvel cards. And this week is no different with the high voltage. This time you have to collect 10 high voltage cards to get the Zion Williamson high voltage card. And once again, just look at how great these cards are. Looking great, looking good. So let's see what cards we want to collect, because when we were looking at the pricing on the reselling of the auctions on the Marvels, the ones that were part of the challenge went for a little bit higher money. For the challenge cards, you could get about a $50 per card on there, and for the non-challenge cards, they were going for like $20 to $30 per card. So let's see what cards we're kind of on the lookout for to have the award for Zion Williamson. And we got 10 packs, and there's 10 cards. Can we hit the luck? Can we hit a luck where we don't have to kind of go and auction or go and buy more cards to complete the challenge? One card, one different one, and hitting all 10 challenge cards on 10 packs? Odds aren't great, but anything can happen. So these are the cards we are on the lookout for. We got Paul George, high voltage, Russell Westbrook, Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, R.J. Barrett, DeMar DeRozan, Pascal Siakam, Bam Adebayo, and Jason Tatum. How does Pascal Siakam keep getting on these kind of challenge cards? So all the challenge cards are numbered to 500. We ended up pulling a number 4 Paul George of the Marvels. I went for solid money there. That one sold for a $125 itself, folks. So basically paid for the entire lot. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a challenge card that is high numbered. Obviously, LeBron's always great. We'll see if there's a LaMelo high voltage card. That should go for a lot as well. So we'll see what we can get here. So let's go open our packs and see what we get. Hopefully something good. We have to try and top a number 4 Paul George. That was kind of our best card that we pulled the other time. And we're going to see if we can kind of up that. So let's go and open our first pack. And we can open them right off the rip. There is no more, high volume, that whole nonsense. So here we go. 1 high voltage card in every pack, 2 base cards in every pack. Now, for the base cards, we want a LaMelo, or we want really a LeBron or a Luka. LaMelos, I think, are still selling for about 80 to 130. Lukas are about 60 to 80. LeBrons are about 50. I think Kevin Durant's going for 50. So that's kind of what we're looking for in base cards. And then for the high voltage, we're looking for the challenge one. So here we go. High voltage card is glowing gold, so we will save that for last. But here we go. Base card number 1. What do we get? Enes Kanter. Not good. High number, 1383. We're looking for anything low number. Anything number 1 would be great. Then we got Jaden McDaniels as our second base card. Bad number, 1717. But here we go. Our first high voltage card. Let's see if we can kind of start this challenge off right. Let's see. Here we go. Voltage card number 1, Joel Embiid. Alrighty, 309 out of 500. Not part of the challenge. Not the greatest number. All right. Not the greatest. Almost league MVP this year. Unfortunately missed it. All right. So not the best pack 1, but hey, we can only go up from there. And unfortunately, we will not be able to get the challenge card because we are not going to buy cards on the auction market. All right, here we go. High voltage pack number 2 out here. Let's see. All right, base card number 1 of pack number 2. Here we go. We get Dirk Nowitzki. All righty. Decent number, 767 Dirk card. We'll see what that goes for. No longer in the league, obviously. And then our second base card, Onyeka Okongwu, 1306. All right, so swinging and missing here a little bit, but let's see if we can pick right back up here with high voltage card number 2. Devin Booker, ooh, I'll take it. Potential finals MVP. Drive up the value. Not the best number, real bad number, 489 out of 500. A little deep book card, all right. All right, let's go to pack number 3. Here we go. Base card number 1 of pack number 3. Here we go. Base card, Vucevic, Nikola Vucevic, 394 out of 1799. Base card number 2, we got Kevin Durant. I'll take that. Yes, sir. Oh, decent number, 154. 154 out of 1799. I think Kevin Durant will probably net you maybe like $40-ish. So we'll see what that goes for. And then our high voltage card number 3. What do we got? Devin Booker again. All right, second Devin Booker. Not a better, it's a better number because it couldn't get any worse, really. 324. All righty. 2D books. Potential finals MVP, folks. Get it while it's hot. All right, high voltage pack number 4. Here we go. Looking for something good. Got to do a little bit better here. Looking for a number 1. Get us a number 1, baby. Here we go. Base card number 1 of pack 4. Luka Doncic. That's what we're talking about. The Luka card. Love that. Love it. Here we go. Base card number 2. Bam Adebayo. All right. 1148 out of 1799 for Bam. Here we go. Voltage card number 4. DeMar DeRozan. He's part of the challenge, so we'll take it. And a real solid number. 71 out of 500. So not bad overall. All right. Let's go to pack number 5. Got 10 packs. 10 is the max per order. We tried for another 10, but they sold out before we could get them. Classic. So here we go. Pack number 5. Looking for a good high voltage. Give me a LeBron high voltage. Give me a Luka high voltage. Give me a LaMelo high voltage if there is one. But here we go. Base card number 1 of pack 5. Jason Tatum. Solid card right there. Good number. No, 1779 out of 1799. So right at the back end. And then base card number 2. Jamias Ramsey. Rookie card. 214. Solid number. But once again, not a good rookie. The only rookies that are selling big are the LaMelos. All right, here we go. High voltage number 5. Come on, something big. Here we go. Ja Morant, love it. 51 out of 500. Real solid numbers here. Loving that. Was Ja Morant, I don't know. Ja Morant was not part of the collection, correct? Don't believe he was. The challenge, let's bring this up real quickly. Yeah, it's only DeMar DeRozan. But Ja Morant, still a solid pull. Young gun out here that's really kind of, coming into his own. We'll take it. All right, pack number 6. They fooled us a little bit saying it was high volume, couldn't open it, but we win again. That's not going to stop us, and we're good to go now. So here we go. Base card number 1 of pack number 6. We get Tyus Jones. All righty. 1087 number, trash. And base card number 2, we get Chris Paul. Well, a good number, 147. This is our 3rd Chris Paul card that we have, though. And once again, Finals MVP. Get it while it's hot before our prices are going to go up. Because if he wins Finals MVP, we're selling it for $1,000. And you're going to miss out because he didn't buy it for $10 before then. So here we go. High voltage card number 6. Here we go. Come on. James Harden. Alrighty. 135. Not part of the set either. Alrighty. Alright. Here we go. Pack 7. Come on. We got to get something good now, folks. Something amazingly good. That's what we're looking for. We've got some decent stuff, but want greatness. Here we go. Base card number 1 of pack number 7. We got Eric Gordon. Alrighty. 1536 out of 1799. And base card number 2, Kenyon Martin rookie card. Bad number, 1138 out of 1799. Alrighty, come on. High voltage. This is what we paid for. This is what we want. We want a big card. Give us the LeBron voltage. Here we go. James Harden again. These dupes. Stop with the dupes. Bad number, 449 as well. Jeez, if you're going to give us dupes, give us a number 1 dupe. Damn. 2 Devin Bookers, 2 James Harden, both not part of the set. Okay. All right, but hey, we got pack number 8, folks. We got pack number 8 on deck. Let's get it going. Come on. Here we go. Pack number 8 is open. Let's start flipping them. Base card number 1 of pack number 8. Here we go. Drew Holiday. 973. And base card number 2, Seth Curry. Solid number, 115 out of 1799 as well. Alrighty, here we go. Come on, high voltage, baby. Come on. Here we go. High voltage number 8, LeBron James. Yes, sir. 213 out of, look at this card. That thunderous two-hand behind the head slam. Love it. That's what we're talking about, baby. Thank you. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're getting dupes. I'll take another LeBron. You don't think I'll take another LeBron? Come on, I'll take another LeBron. Here we go. All right, we've got some, we got a win bag, baby. Last 2 packs. Let's get it going here. Woo! Feeling good out that LeBron pull, baby. I'm feeling it now. Let's keep the good luck rolling. Base card number 1 of pack 9. Royce O'Neal. I love it. Let's keep it going. Base card number 2. Cassius Stanley rookie card. We'll take it. I don't care anymore. We got a LeBron, baby. Let's top that LeBron. Another one. Let's see. High voltage card number 9. The MVP, Jokic. Oh, good number. 8 out of 500, MVP, Jokic. Yes. Oh, that LeBron is starting off our good luck, and we got one more to go, baby. Woo! Loving it. Man, saving the best for last. Love it. Man. Woo, last pack though, baby. Last pack. Here we go. Last pack luck. We've been rolling these last 2 packs. Let's keep it rolling. Woo, fired up, folks. Fired up. Alrighty, here we go. Base card number 1 of pack 10. Here we go. Come on, LaMelo. All right, Kevin Huerter. Alrighty. Good number? No. All right, base card. Last base card here. Come on. Nerlens Noel. Jeez. All right. Here we go. Last high voltage card. Can we pull something good? Looking for a number 1, baby. Number 1. Let's see. Last high voltage card. Here we go. LeBron James again. Woo! 2 LeBrons. A worse number, but it's still the man. It's still the king. Gotta respect it. So, man, oh, man, we ended on a bang, folks. Those last 3 packs, absolutely magnificent. That's what we're talking about, baby. Woo! All right, folks. Good pulls. Love it. Alrighty, we're not even close to the challenge, though. We only pulled 1 challenge card. Unfortunate. We'll see what DeMar DeRozan goes for. And we'll see what all of our other cards go for. But there is probably something else dropping next week. It seems like they're going to do 1 a week, 1 solid pack with the challenge every week. The base cards just kind of were on sale yesterday. And we got the silver parallels also available maybe tomorrow, but we're not going to go after those. Those are $50 a pack for only 1 silver parallel. It's not even worth it. I would stay away from that if I were y'all, but y'all do with y'all money. I'm not here to tell y'all what to do with it. So we'll see what the next kind of big packs are that we will try to get and try to get the video out there for you. So solid pulls out here, folks. Let's have one more last look at our good cards out here. Those LeBrons are looking real great, folks. Man, oh man. Just probably maybe the best looking card there is. Jeez. The Jokic. The number 8 Jokic. Love it. Jeez, the LeBron. The behind the back, man. 2 James Harden. 1 John Morant. 1 DeMar DeRozan. 2 Devin Bookers. And then Joel Embiid as well. So those were our high voltage cards that we pulled. Solid pulls. Love it. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us today. We are back live tomorrow, noon Eastern, doing it all again. And we can actually talk about basketball tomorrow. Love it. Preview the game, break down the game, try to make some money because it's been eluding us for a little bit out here. So we're back tomorrow live, noon Eastern, folks. Nothing is breaking as we were live, so we will just end it right there on a high note of all those great cards pulled, baby. Alrighty, folks, we are out of here, and we will.